So sometimes in a Fox body, there's a lot of old stuff, and you can intermittently lose your power to everything. You know, sometimes a car will just cut off, or you have intermittent issues where you lose power to gauges or radios or stuff like that. If you've ever noticed that happening, there is one thing that could be a cause for that. Under the steering column on a Fox body is this lovely contraption here that was created by some engineer far smarter than myself. So you can see those little pins right there are what hold this connector on. And over time, those pins get loose and they allow the entire connector to come loose. And depending on what side comes loose, you can lose power to accessories or ECU or gauges. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can lose power to. So they actually sell a replacement of these. LMR carries them, but you can see, maybe you can't, kind of hard, but right up there, it's like a rivet. So you've got to drill those out, and then they sell a kit and bolt it back in, blah, blah, blah. So there's a number of ways you can fix this. My favorite method is the cheapest and easiest. Just wrap some zip ties around. So push this connector up tight. If these clips are still there, you can see that I've compressed mine a few different times to try to get the connections to stay. But my favorite method is to wrap some zip ties around here and call it good. Send it. Alright, you can see my beautiful contraption here. I've got one zip tie, well, I doubled it up, two of them, that go around the center of this connector, and then I've got another one that goes around the this little clip part of it around the steering column shaft. Get you a better look at that so you can kind of see my debacle. It's a little cheaper than a connector. It'll get you by for a little while. At least it's a fix until you get a new connector to replace it. But you can see those little pins I was telling you about. I'm pretty sure that you have to grind those out of there to replace this piece if you want to. But this will work for me for now. Fixed my issue. Hopefully it helped you fix yours too. I know a lot of the ignition issues or just issues in general in these older Fords is related to that. They're very prone to failure. And I mean, mine's in good shape. It doesn't have a lot of wear on it, but you can see still. Hopefully that helps, guys. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt chasing those down. There's also fusible links that could be issues depending on how old your car is, how rusty it is. Sometimes those fusible links that are in the engine bay can go bad. But a lot of times if it's an ignition related problem and your key is good, so you can see mine clicks, so there's off, there's ACC, and there's on. So if you can tell where yours is, or if you've replaced it before, odds are your switch is good. But if it's really sloppy, mine doesn't have a lot of play in it, but if yours is really sloppy, then you can also look at the ignition switch, because sometimes that will cause those same issues. Hopefully that was helpful, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next video.